powers, the world will know whether this is the end or another beginning. The rebirth of man or his final obituary.
Oblivion. Yes. How's it going? I'm Johnny, or Replete, and we're doing Oblivion, if you didn't notice, which is the title track from the EP. Big up Reincarnate Recordings. Today we're doing a track breakdown, and I love this tune. It's one of my favourite from the EP, and well, it's the title. But yeah, this tune, I just like the idea of this tune was an accident, a complete accident that happened in another project when I was messing around, and it starts with the death horn, which is this noise. Which basically, what it is I was in another project that it was a collaboration project, and I was messing around with sending stuff out to gear and pedals and that, and I accidentally sent a really long reverb tail through the little Big Muff distortion pedal, and I was like, what the hell is that? So then I was like, right, I'm making a tune around one of them. So that's what I did. And then this, I don't even know what I sent through this, but that's what this is. That's the idea of the tune. But anyway, I think we'll go from the top down. No, we won't. We'll go from the bottom up to the top, and then have a look at all the mastering chain and all the mix, all the buses at the end. So yeah, let's get into it. Start with the ambience, all this stuff, and this is literally just a video off YouTube which I've recorded in, and it's just earthquake sound effect video. Recorded all of it in, brought it in, played with it. Like, not done much to it, to be fair. Like, some bits I've stretched, just picked the bits out I like it's got the nice effects in it. Like this has got the nice start. It comes in there. I've automated. So yeah, when that sub comes in, bam, all the lows go. What is this doing? I think this is just, yeah, bit of compression, evening out that sound with a bit of stock saturation from Reaper. Yeah, and it's just changes kind of throughout. Just like, yeah, windows smashing, cars crashing. This is not meant to be there. Goodbye. Right, wobble. This is just a sample, string wobble sample, saturation, Reaper stock saturation, taking the lows out. It wasn't from like a sample pack, it's one of them plugins which has loads of samples in it. So yeah, and then we've got this sub layer, made in Vital, banging synth. Yeah, this one here is doing the sub. This one here, the level's down because it's the FM for this, and then this is where the movement's coming from, because it's 4 voices, a bit of unison, and then this LFO goes across, and as it comes up, the unison gets tighter, so like the movement gets slower, and at the end of the note, it comes down, it gets wider, so the movement gets faster. Low pass, distortion, and then this just is a macro for the release, because at the end here, just control how much the release is so it doesn't overlap onto this sub layer. And then because this sub layer is it's the same, just a bit more, a bit louder. Then the EQ is the same on both of these, getting rid of the lows and from the sides, cut, bring that stub down, and both of them got this. These are both the same. Got a supercharger on it with the dirt and punch, just giving it a bit of compression. Well, quite a bit of compression. Yeah, and then we got the death horn. So this, I'm pretty sure, is one of these patches load of reverb on it, sent to the big muff, which is a guitar distortion pedal, which is why it just sounds disgusting. OTT, make it more aggressive. Boosting a lot in the sides, and then low cutting. Yeah, and then every second one, it's just pitched down one. And then we got, what else we got? We got the rave. What is this? Right, so this is the Rave Generator plugin. This plugin is banging, and it's just samples of all classic, like rave samples, like stabs, pads, just classic ones. Can I show you? Not connected. Go on. Yeah. Is it? Why is it copying? Yeah, just classic rave sounds, and then just filtering them in. That's because I'm fucking got it on record. Filtering them in. Taking out all the lows here, taking out the highs, and then just dipping all this. Get rid of all that mud. Go down here, we've got this Serum Effects FM. Ah, this is an old patch of mine from a tune called The Abyss. Yeah. Sawtooth volume's down on that one. Subs on, I'm pretty sure that's. Yeah, FM. So this, that's not doing anything. This LFO is just slowly bringing up that FM, bringing up the amount on the, well, it's bringing up the volume as well. So this is acting as like an envelope. Bringing up the frequency of the low pass, bit of noise, bit of hyper dimension. Oh, no hyper, just dimension, distortion, bit of flanger. Like, oh, I don't remember. I watched the video, I don't remember. But it was cool, you know, like if you bring all of these down, it's just a pretty cool effect. Pretty cool, bit of compression. Is it even doing anything? Not even doing anything. Reverb not on. Filter, and that's, yeah, so this filter is just for this macro. As it comes out here, just feel like the pitch bends. It pitch bends up 3. Pitch bends up 3 notes, and then just slowly gets low passed out. And then this one, wait, is there anything else on that? Oh, better go through the effects on it. Yeah, and then mix rack, virtual drive on just 2 of them. Just drive it. Analog model distortion. I love a bit of that. More distortion. There's a Reaper stock wave shaping one. This is going to be taking, yeah, just taking the lows out. And then this one is pretty similar. Yeah, but much more. Brought the octave on that one down 4. On this one, it's should be up. Yeah, this one's 0. That one's up 1. Just messed around. It's exactly the same. Just messed around with the octaves to get a different, more harsher FM tone from it. And same automation, but it doesn't matter for that one. But yeah, the processing is exactly the same on that. Yeah, so that's the ambient bus. It's just that's going to the main instrument bus. So all this stuff, oh no, not the earthquake, but the wobble, it's getting sent to the chorus bus. It's getting sent to the chorus, and the verb. Like these are all, that's sent to the ambience verb, ambience verb, ambience verb, ambience verb and chorus, ambient verb and chorus, deaf horn, ambient verb and chorus bus. So all the reverb is happening here. It's got to be Valhalla vintage. Bit of wave shaping distortion. Take out all the lows. The mix is quite high on the reverb because of the just how I wanted it. I just wanted that spacey, eerie, dark intro. And then all the talking, all the dialogue is from a movie called The Day the Earth Caught Fire. This is near the beginning of the movie. This is also this part here.
The rebirth of man, or his final obituary,
is shortly after that conversation. This bit is from. It's all just from random parts of the film, really.
See if you can find someone to take a.
Yeah, processing on the main bit is, yeah, just a bit of LA2A emulator from Slate. Taking out like some of the noisy bits.
See if you can find someone to take a story for me. My typewriter sees.
Bringing up that 1K.
You all right?
I cut. This was getting rid of noise, but that doesn't work for some reason. Bit of reverb on this Replete 140. This is an awesome reverb plugin. And then here is. So where he says Oblivion.
Are you ready? Blasted towards Oblivion.
So Oblivion, just reversed it, massive long reverb tail, bounced it out, flipped that reverb tail to get this. To get that Oblivion riser.
Ever was blasted towards Oblivion. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
12.
Yeah, so that bit there is just a bit of a phone crackle, I think it was. Yeah, and then in the breakdown, there's just at the end of the film, there's a big countdown to when the Earth is going to get scorched.
22. 17. 15.
Yeah, and it does different scenes where it's going to different like cities around the world that are like on the brink of being destroyed with different countdowns, and then
for the luck of the human race.
7.
It skips a bunch of numbers in the movie, so that's why it skips them here.
7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0.
This is probably going to have the same sort of processing on it. LA2A, probably different settings. Yeah, not as much as a boost there. And again, bit of reverb. But yeah, I haven't cut out. I could have cut them all shorter, but I liked the eeriness of
12.
the kind of like a pad coming through it.
11.
For the luck of the human race.
Oblivion.
All right, go on, you bloody idiot.
Go on, you bloody idiot.
The earth that was to live forever was blasted towards oblivion.
Yeah, just heavily compressed the riser, so it's more of an even volume, got less of a dynamic range. Stock saturation, reverb, yeah, and similar sort of EQ curve. This talking and the countdown are being sent to a side chain to the bus of the ambience, so that when he's talking or when the countdown's happening, it's ducking here.
I can find someone to take a story for me. My typewriter's seized up.
Just to give it a bit of extra room in the frequency range it's in. And then just EQ taking out the sides, any lows in the sides. But yeah, that's kind of all the ambience and stuff really, and all the intro. Like, it's quite simple, but it sounds really big. What? Bass. Yeah, so what it is, it's all serum patches. Start with the mids. Let's have that soloed as well. Yeah, quite a simple serum patch really. It's just one sine wave. This one's turned on, but the volume's down. It's just for the FM. And this isn't doing anything. That was from when I was just messing with the patch originally. LFO, and then this is literally just controlling the FM and the frequency. Bit of distortion, flanger's not even on. Just getting rid of some of that dynamic range. And then the filter is, it's just like a final filter that, so this filter's doing the movement and this one's doing the, like the tone, or not the tone, but like the EQ. And then all after that is just a bit of pitch bending. It's doing an EQ that's not activated anymore. And a bit of EQing, just get rid of all the lows, curve off the highs. This is an 11-76 clone, but all the buttons are pressed in. It's not even doing anything. Oh yeah, I remember. This is when it was getting, I think this one does more than some of the others. When it starts going higher, it started really poking out. Effects rack. Bit of decapitator, gotta have it. This is just a analog modelled distortion. It's amazing. Bit of drive on that. I think that's it, innit? I want the brightness all the way up. Have a cut on it. Have Reeve Q. Just boosting this fundamental. Get rid of the lows. Curve off the highs. And then I'm not sure if this will show us now what it's doing. But what it was doing was when these two were coming in, them two there, it would duck this one, so it was basically inaudible, which you can kind of see there when I've bounced out. Yeah, so as the volume of that one comes up, volume of that one goes down. And then the sub is the same patch, just octave lower on the sine wave. That's disabled. Just only distortion, a bit of compression. Other than that, it's the same. Yeah, it's just the same. Only need a little bit to get the movement. Yeah, just keeping the subs. Just squashing it a tiny bit. Noise, exactly the same thing, same patch. Except the noise is on, and guess it's the same patch. Oscillators are still on. Bit harder on the compression, and then just taking the tops off. Well, taking everything out that's not noise, distorting that, and then this one's doing the same thing. Just a bit of EQ curve, shaping the noise a little bit, and then this one is broken. It's broken. So I broke it, but it's the same patch, But this one's got the glass lid. Some of these noise things are mad. I, like, just go into here and then some of the noise, like the glass. It's just nuts. But this one has got a bit of dimension and hyper, so it just gives it, as the second two come in towards the end of the phrase, just gets a bit wider. But other than that, it's the same. Smashing it. With the FET, bit of EQing. Didn't even end up using that. Yeah, so as they come out, that's the same frequency as the other layer, so that's what that side chain's doing. Yeah, a bit more compression, just controlling that dynamic range. What's this one? Yeah, so just at the end of the 8-bar. Just this, again, same patch, but just different tones to it. And then this one's got the multi-band on it. The glass lid too again. And then just taking off all the lows, and then that just comes in at the end of every 8-bar. And that's basically the patch. And then like here, where's that one? So on the mids here is this one. It's just the starting point is different, and so is the speed. So on this one, it's like a 1.5 bar loop. But on this one, it's a 1 bar loop, and the start point is in the middle. But other than that, all the processing is the same. All of that is the same. Literally all that's changed is the speed of this and the start point. And then that's the same for all the other ones. Just changing. It's all the same processing. So yeah, on this one, just a different LFO curve, but on the first and third one of the phrase, or the 8-bar, this macro is controlling how much. So this LFO is slowing down this LFO, and it's controlled by that macro. So when I turn the macro up, this LFO slows that down. Then the macro's down. Just a bit of pitch bend again. That's it on that one. They're all exactly the same patch, just with LFO changes. Yeah, this one's just a pitch bend. So what I did in all the patches, yeah, so I assigned this macro to the shapes of all of these, because that's just as I was on sound design, you're just changing it just to see if I liked it with more decay, less decay on each of the notes. And then I just left it at a point I liked it. I didn't automate this. But it's all the patches really. It's just all the same patch with different LFO shapes on it. So that's... Right, and then last but not least for this main bass is at the end of towards the end, well, the last 32 of the first drop is, you get this. Yeah, and this patch is the same LFO curve, just the attack's different. More FM, up an octave on the FM synth, on the FM wavetable, up 7 semitones as well to give it that proper weird detuned kind of sound. And it's a sawtooth instead of a sine wave. Other than that, it's the same bit of the dimension, but the processing's the same, and I've bounced that out. And then automation is just the pitch bend, and then these first two are just the attack time. is longer, so it takes longer for them to come in. But then this time it's more instant, and then you get the sound quicker. And then the last automation is just the mod wheel, which is changing the rate of this. So it goes from at this this 16 it slows down halfway through, and then this one it slows down halfway through, and then again it speeds up again, but not back to full speed, which gives you that. And then all of that is bounced out because it's all the same patch, just different LFOs, so that's all bounced out into these tracks here. And then only processing is on the noise, which is just a bit of compression and getting rid of the lows. And then other than that, it's the whole bus for all of that main bass is this mix rack, which is this FG401 VCA compressor, full mix, just gluing it all together. Giving it all glued together, and then just giving it a bit of drive. Very subtle. And then yeah, just cutting out all the lows because the sub is done separately. Then the clicks, which is very simple bass patch. It would have been the original patch when I was doing the sound design. I had the click and then it went into it, but then I separated it. So it's just that. It's just the LFO1 is doing everything here because it doesn't have time to get into any of that. Yeah, it just does the tuning, bangs up the warp, bangs up the frequency. It's just like kind of a high pitched kick drum. Yeah, cut the lows out. Cut off the highs, bang it into the smasher, decapitator again, can't go wrong with it. Banging up the same, bringing up the fundamental. So what's happening here is and then this compressor's just side chaining it from the main bass. And it's like at the end of the bars. Yeah, and other than that, just a bit of pitch bend. Yeah, it's just the same patch. It's just that attack, beginning attack is like a little bass drum. And then on the bus there, stock saturation. Not even doing anything anymore. Just a bit of EQ. Took down the fundamental. Yeah, just a bit of EQ, curving it a little bit. Was compressed, but like I said, my waves stopped working today. And then the sub is the click. It's the same as before, the same patch, but it's only the sub. So then that's all been bounced out. So all the sub is in this bit here. I had two separate subs because this one was a bit dirty, so I just... Yeah, and all the subs are going into this mix rack. Not even on. Just going into the VCA compressor, gluing it all together. Squashing that dynamic range a little bit. And then cutting off all the highs, ducking that down a tiny bit. Anything that's not sub, all the noise, all the mids, it's all getting sent to this verb, which is a preset from Effects Rack. So it's like a delay kind of. Then cutting out all the lows, curving off the highs. That's all the bass, really. Right, let's go for drums now, shall we? Right, so let's go from the bottom up again. We've got ride. So I believe it's the same ride, just this one's drowning in reverb. Yeah, and it's got no attack to it. Reversing. Just giving it vibe. Bow. And then this ride, it's the same ride, just more attacky. Getting rid of a frequency there. Oh, God. It's horrible. Yeah, I don't have the transient shaper in here like on that one. So it's just a ride, gain down. And then a shaker that comes in the second drop. Very simple shaker. Like no movement to it. Oh, sorry about that. Getting rid of any lows. Doesn't even need to happen really, but frequency shifting, bit of bit crushing. Just make it more a bit snappy there. Distortion, bit of compression. And then turning it down because it was loud. Oh, like you heard. Yeah, and then bit of EQ there. Like, yeah, and then that shaker's only in for the bit where it does the offbeat snare. And then we have another shaker. It's not really a shaker. Or a break, which is rolling shaker. So I don't remember what pack that is from. But yeah, I would have brought it in. I've just cut it up. Like take the kicks out and then replace the kicks with hi-hats. Move the snares to where they need to go. Yeah, just filtering out the highs, filtering off all the lows, bringing up the frequency, making it much more snappy, that transient shaper, and it gets same as the shakers, distortion, compression, bit of gain, even the same EQ, bringing up the resonance of that snare a little bit. But that's only in that 16 clicky thing. Bit of percussion. Don't really, this must have just been cuts off something. I think that looks like it's reversed. See what's going on there. Snappy. We like snappy. Get rid of the lows. Bringing up the frequency. Just making it less attacky and clicky. Reverb. Love it. Bit of raw alm. Then just get rid of the lows and then bring them down that click. Like the loud click, just bringing that down a bit. And then on here, we've got fucking Amen. We love Amens. Are you ready? Yeah, this is mainly using this bit. It's a fucking dirty Amen in it. Just cut it up. Look, it's the same again, got rid of the kicks, just replace the kicks with hi-hats, put the snare when you need it to. Bring the gain down. bring the sustain down, just make it kind of more snappy. Bang it into this decapitator copy. Bringing the tone up there, just makes it, gets it a bit higher, and then bit of EQing, like it's an Amon, it's always got harsh frequencies in it. Yeah, just getting rid of that mud boxy there. That's an Amon. It's all it needs to be. It's exactly what it wants to be. It's an Amon. And then this break is this. Just wicked break that is. Taking out all the lows, bringing up the frequency, and then the same again with the transient shaper, just making it more, slightly more tight, and just bringing down that snare a little bit. Then on here it's just little cuts of the hi-hats. And then what is this? Break one. Just a live kick and snare. And then here we just have literally, does it twice. There it does that. And here it goes. What's it from? Ah, it's from the Tantrum Desire set. Just nicked the kick and the snare. Getting rid of all the lows from that kick. And then just drowning it in reverb. And this break is another Tantrum Desire one. Literally just got the pack when I made this tune. Bring the frequency up, just make it less clicky with that transient shaper. Just got rid of the dynamic range, because without this, that open hi-hat's really harsh. Yeah, really harsh without it. Yeah, it's just a simple little hi-hat loop, that is. Got rid of that. Yeah, and then this hi-hat is this cut from this loop. It's the same loop, and then it just plays in the intro. It's very similar, just a lot less attack, a lot less sustain, making it nice and short. Again, bring the frequency up, just a bit of reverb to bring it, like, get it just kind of eerie to match the intro, and just kind of plays randomly throughout. Hi-hat, this, I'm pretty sure this is a hi-hat that I just have in my template and I've used it so many times. It's just a nice hi-hat. Yeah, it's just a hi-hat. Very simple. And that. This is the only one that's not being side chained, so that's why that one's louder, because it's a side chain. Yeah, it's just a hi-hat that I've used. I used it and I liked it, so I've used it loads. And then on the tops, just got a bit of a, on the bus, this is just automation. So as it comes into the, just high passing it, brings up the high pass with a bit of Q on it, bit of resonance, and then brings up the mix on this delay to give it that. And does it at once. EQ is not working. No, it's working. I just It's just there, not being used. Virtual tape machine. I do like this, and it did give it some really nice warmth, but it's like one of them emulators that has noise in it, so stopped using it, and then I turn that off, and then I put this virtual drive in it. Yeah, and all of it's going through this VCA compressor, the mix quite low. It's from a preset. Yeah, and then this just has dimension expander, which I saw Mob Tactics use in one of their videos. They said just put the wet quite low, size quite low, and it just really subtle, just a bit of like stereo goodness. Yeah, so then this compressor here is ducking it every time the click plays, this bass here. And then this one is every time the kick and snare. Ducking on the kick and snare. And then that's the tops. Tops is being sent to the parallel compression and the crusher. All of these are sent to the verb separately, but they're all the same volume. And then the snare, it's just a single snare. It's just a rim shot. I don't know, I don't even remember where this rim shot came from. Literally just a snare, that's all it is. With the punchy bright snare preset. And a bit of twin, like, took all of these from the preset down, just kept the high, turned the mix up on the VCA to get a nice bit of attack on it, nice bit of compression, and then the revival. Gives it a lot of life. That's it. Bringing the fundamental up on the EQ. Getting rid of all the lows, but that's it for the snare. Snare's very simple, and then here, bit of saturation.
The earth that was the
And then the kick is a serum kick that I made like a year and a half ago, and I've used the same kick patch in every tune since. I just tune it to the, just tune the MIDI notes to whatever key the song's in. And then this... I'll just adjust the same patch to how I want it. Going into this fake decapitator, just a bit of drive. Giving it a bit of oomph. Big room kick. And then a bit of EQ, just getting rid of some of that sub. Yeah, and then the sidechain is just a serum instance, very short little attack, just a little noise thing. It's very short, and then that just sends to anywhere where there's sidechaining going on, which means you just have like full control over every transient. Like, it's not going to be, if you've got a long kick, it's going to be a big long sidechain curve. You can always mold the curve to how you want it then. And then drum compression. Just going into the plugin that was on this was broken, so I put this plugin just before I started the recording because the compressor that was doing the parallel compression was broken. But it's similar to this, just absolutely crushing it. Yeah, all buttons in, crushing it, just giving it, and then you just mix it in slightly. Just gives it oomph. Drum reverb. Kick's not going to it, but everything else is. I believe. Yeah, no. Fat snare room. Love it. Yeah, and all of that is all going into the drum crusher. Including the kick. It's just heavily distorted. Got a filter here in case I want to take the kick out before the distortion. heavy, just wave shape and distortion. Another filter, take the kick out there, bit crusher, and then just getting rid of all, just keeping that really gritty top.
The earth that was to live.
Very simple drums, but effective for the tune, I think. And then DJM filter, that's just doing a bit of effects somewhere, just bringing it. Fade out, love a fade out. So what is this doing? Oh, it's doing this over here. That's this, bringing this delay up, brings the resonator up. This is a cool little snap-in. And then the delay thing again, bit of reverb, and then filtering it up, bringing the resonance up, and it's just bring all of them together, give that cool effect. And then on the bus, 1176 clone. And revival, and then decapitator. Usually I do a lot more bus processing on the drums, but it was just such a minimal tune, just doesn't need it. Yeah, and then this destroy bus is the same as the drum crusher, but with all the instrumental stuff. So getting bashed in by trash 2, and then even more so by the wave shape and distortion, and then get rid of all the lows, just keep the really like highs, like 3K upwards. Yeah, so the chorus bus is the last bus. There's not many buses in this tune. It's really quite simple. It's just a lot of this stuff all being sent to it. It's literally just chorus, just to give it some stereo excitement. Just a chorus patch. A chorus preset in Snap Peep at 30%, 29% wet. Yeah, and then most of the chorus is coming from this emulator from the old Juno classic chorus, mixed all the way up. I'm setting 1 in stereo. The depth quite high. And then filtering out the lows. That's it, really. Anything that's not drums goes to the Magic Bus for side chaining. That's it, and then bass is also side chained. I turned that off. Double side chained.
Oblivion.
Yeah, pretty simple tune, really. And then on the master bus, Ozone 8 imager, just making sure all the subs mono, and then like the low mids, getting them a bit more mono, because sometimes they just poke out. And then up the highs, just bringing a bit of stereo up in there. Now a bit of revival.
Oblivion.
Just to bring a bit of shimmer to the top end, you know.
Oblivion.
EQ doing nothing. Fresh air again, but like shimmer, like mid-air.
Oblivion.
Just gives a bit of excitement to the mids. EQ, just cutting off all the lows and all the highs quite harshly. FGX, just a bit of really slight compression.
Oblivion.
Yeah, really slight compression from there. 4 dB gain. Tiny bit of dynamic perception. No dithering. Then just slamming it into these Event Horizon limiters. Really hard. This is all just analyzer stuff that I turned on at the I've turned off when I've rendered it. But yeah, just slamming it into these limiters to get the volume. That's helping with the volume. Other than that, it's very, very simple tune, simple master, simple mix down, but I think it's a banger.
7.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of Oblivion, the title track of my Oblivion EP. Big up Reincarnate Recordings. It's out now. I hope you enjoyed this.
Oblivion.
Filtering up, bringing the resonating, one analog. What's happening? What's happening? You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Decapitator. Gotta have oh my god. Bit of Decapitator. Give it some breakdown today of Oblivion. Oblivion. It's God's sake. Hi, welcome to another unboxing video. Hello there, General Kenobi. More like wub 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 instead of wub wub wub. At the level, oh fuck me.
The earth that was to live forever
Was blasted towards Oblivion. Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang walla walla bing bang. Oh fuck this! I need a beer.